Hey everybody. Man, time got away from me. It really did. Be right back. Hey. Goodness, I don't know where the time went. I looked at my watch and it was like 10:01 and so finally ran around, got stuff set up real quick. Good morning. Hope you're having a great Monday. You can hear my coffee brewing in the background. I'm going to wait just a couple minutes before we actually get started talking, let a few folks jump on. But man, I don't know, this morning just got away from me. But hi, here we are. Another day. Good morning, Jennifer Gower. Happy Monday to you. I hope you are alive and well. I hope you survived. Yesterday was a long day for you, I know. Hey, Cap. I'm going to grab my coffee. I'll be right back in a second. Just share a couple things with everybody real quick on our Monday morning Going Deeper. Man, I feel totally unprepared because I had to jump on here so quick. I looked at the clock and I was like, whoa, it's 10 o'clock. A little tired, she said. The comments look a little different to me. Brenda updated my Facebook app yesterday, which may fix the recording issues. I don't know. So I'm getting used to this new layout here. But hey, I'm feeling good too, except for the smell of souring, rotting whipped cream that's up in my sinuses that I can't get to go away. I mean, it's just in there, way up in there, Gary, the whipped cream. And it's rotting and it's sour and it won't come out. It's horrible, but I'll be okay. I guess I deserved it. I don't know. Well, good morning, guys. Other people may be jumping on. Some may be watching this later. I know a lot of people, it's hunting season, it's hunting week, it's vacation week. Folks are out of town, folks are with family. So hopefully you will pick this up at some point later. I just had some extra thoughts I wanted to throw out. These are more personal thoughts, really, than a study today. This is more just kind of from the pastor's desk stuff from yesterday's message. So in yesterday's message, it was titled A Full House. I'm going to drag this in a little closer. It was titled A Full House, and we looked in Luke, where Jesus tells the parable of the great banquet or the great dinner, depending on your translation, where the master of the house invites people into his banquet hall. He's given this party, and he wants his banquet hall full, right? It's showing God's heart for the whole world. And his invitation going out to all in the highways and the byways. It's a beautiful, beautiful story. That's what we looked at yesterday. But then afterward, we left the sanctuary, went to the fellowship hall, and had this incredible dinner together. And that's what I wanted to talk about. We went from talking about a full banquet hall to experiencing a full banquet hall. I just wanted to share my heart about that and ask you in the comments below to share your heart as well along the same lines. So it's going to be short today, but here's what I wanted to share just as a pastor. So when we were over there in the fellowship hall, and the tables are full and people are eating and laughing. We had such a good time. That was probably the most fun potluck dinner I've ever experienced in that fellowship hall. It was such a good time. But when I was looking around, it was just a beautiful representation of the kingdom. It was a beautiful representation of God's banquet hall. And I'm looking around, and everybody's laughing, and everybody's having such a great time. I'm telling you, probably the best time I've had at a dinner in a long time. But I'm looking around at all these people, and I just there's so many different people or different types of people that were represented around those tables yesterday. You could look in one area, and you would just see some of the people who really helped me and stayed faithful to me and as a pastor, like supported me as a pastor and stayed faithful to the church over, what's been two of probably the hardest years of my ministry a couple years ago. And maybe even two of the most difficult years of this church, But in that building yesterday were people who were faithful and loyal and just stuck it out through some really hard times when it may have been easier to walk away. But, there were folks there who got us through, helped to get us through two of the most difficult years of my ministry life. And now we're seeing the fruit of it. But you look over at another area and, that you'd see somebody who's been at this church their entire life, through all the highs and all the lows. And they've just been here and they've served for decades and decades and decades and been faithful and stuck it out when it was hard. And, we see the fruit of their faithfulness. And it was just really, really cool. And then, you look over somewhere else and you see somebody who's, brand new to our family, but they're jumping right in and they already feel, starting to feel like family. They have people who've been here just a few months, but man, they're starting to feel like they've been with us for a really long time. You look over somewhere else, right, and you see people who in the past year or so have obediently stepped out into ministries or places of leadership, even though they had a lot of doubt, a lot of self-doubt, some of them just, unsure of themselves and scared to death, but they've stepped out in ministry anyway, and we're already seeing the amazing fruit that's coming from their obedience to Jesus, even when it was scary. And then you look somewhere else and you see people who just week after week and month after month, just quietly, selflessly, sometimes at great cost to themselves, both financially sometimes and time-wise, just great cost to themselves, are serving the people of this church and serving the people of this community, serving their neighbors. They're doing stuff that nobody else knows about, but maybe I know about and I hear about it. And, I just look around the room, right? People who started with me a couple years ago with a church plant, and even after that church plant fizzled, have become a part of our family here, and are with us and serving and just being such a blessing here. It's just this amazing layout of people. And even though ministry is really hard, I've done lots of jobs in my life. I've done manual labor jobs. I've done commission-only sales jobs. I've been in medical, worked medical field. But ministry by far, for me at least, has been the hardest thing I've ever done. But over there in that fellowship hall, looking around those tables, there was just such joy and blessing, and just such a sense of, man, it's so worth it, you know. I can't remember the chapter verse, but there's a verse, you can look it up, maybe someone will look it up later and post it in the comments, but where Paul, he's talking about one of the churches that he planted, and he said, he's writing to them, and he said, I thank my God every time I think of you. And I just want to say that to you guys. You know, it's Thanksgiving week. There's a lot in our lives that's hard, but there's so much if we look. If we look, there's so much to be thankful for. And I just want to say that I am thankful for this church. And as part of being thankful for this church, I am thankful for you. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of my life and of our church's life. So with that, I'm going to sign off. But I want to invite you in the comments below just to share with us what you're thankful for. You know, particularly as it revolves this church family, right? I think that would just be a great conversation to have, to encourage one another. So in the comments below, just keep it rolling. What has this church meant for you or done in your life, done for you that you're thankful for? What has God, through the people of this church, done in your life that you're thankful for? All right, guys, I love you. Have a wonderful week. If I don't see, I'll see some of you tonight, but the ones I don't see, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and see you next Sunday. Love you guys. Bye-bye.